when I was a board member, I started looking at things from the California Department of Education, and I saw that in the health framework and in the ethnic studies framework, these are like blueprints that the state board passes that gives these blueprints to the curriculum writers so that we can have state-approved curriculum, okay? So I just saw big red flags because I saw that in both of those frameworks, they were talking about gender and sexuality being defined as ever-expansive and ever-evolving. So that pretty much gives yourself, that's the plus. It gives it an empty check, a blank check to be whatever, right? So there was a 60-day community input process for the state before they actually voted at the state board. And so when I saw that, I asked them in writing, and I said, can you please add one sentence to exempt pedophilia or minor attracted persons from an evolving sexuality? And they refused to do it.
Why?
Well, I think we know why, because that's what's at our doorstep.
They didn't give you any explanation?
They did not give an explanation. They just denied my request, and I gave it twice. I also gave it during the ethnic studies. They also had a framework, and so I again saw the exact same wording for how they define LGBTQIA+, and again, it was ever-evolving, ever-expansive sexualities and genders. So I again asked, please exempt pedophilia or MAP, minor attracted persons, as a future sexuality. And they refused to do it.
So that was a conspiracy theory a year ago. When people were saying like they're trying to get pedophilia as a sexual orientation, people were laughing at that. That was a conspiracy theory, but which is not.
It is no conspiracy at all. Why
so
wouldn't they?
You can be straight, gay, lesbian, or a pedophile. MAP, right? Minor attracted person.
Correct. I mean, that's not there yet, but I feel like everything that's going on is really bringing us to that point. It's incremental, but it's going quite fast right now. So the other thing I noticed when I was a board member, this was back in 2018, when we were part of this community input process, because I was trying to, I'm from a very Hispanic area, an immigrant
Excuse me, 2018, prior to Gavin Newsom getting into office or after that? Because he was elected in 2018 for the first term, right? That was 2018. Yeah, 2022 he got reelected.
Yes.
This is his last term. So even prior to Gavin Newsom, those were the things in California.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, for sure. Yes, because Brown was in, Governor Brown. So this has been, very incremental from some of our laws going from 2015, 16, 17. But what I saw also during this 60-day community input process, I was speaking in many Spanish churches to let them know what's going on. And I asked them, please be part of this community input process and go ahead and email what you think. You can email it in Spanish. Well, they said, we need the framework in our language, in Spanish. So I contacted the California Department of Ed and I said, can you please provide the framework, the draft, in Spanish? And they said, no, we only have it in English. I was floored. I couldn't believe this was happening in my state, especially one that says they're so inclusive and non-discriminatory. So I filed a complaint, and I asked many of my friends to also file a complaint who were either Arabic or Korean or Hispanic, because they wouldn't provide it in any language but English, when we're a very diverse state. And then they denied it, even though I had very good reasons. And so we appealed it. We went to the Office of Civil Rights. I think we sent it to Seattle. They denied it. We appealed it, sent it to San Francisco, and they denied it. It's just, to me, it's such hypocrisy. It's incredible hypocrisy. So that they actually excluded all the immigrants in California from the community input process.
Especially in Southern California.
Oh, yes.
Lots of immigrants.
Oh, yes.
Lots of Latinos.
Absolutely.
Mexican.
So I just, all of these things just started unraveling. And So my story with these books, there's more books as well. I can show you this one. This one, the Human Rights Campaign partners with the California Teachers Association. And this is a preschool book, They, She, He, Me, Free to Be, ! And it just normalizes, if you see, they're teaching kids what pronouns. These are the people that go with he pronouns. And you'll see a lot of the people that look like women.
Yeah.
Now, these are the people that go with ze or tree pronouns.
Who are those?
These are non-binary.
But why they are called tree and z? What's the letter for? That's not the z letter, right?
Yeah, Z-E, yes, it's spelled Z-E. This is non-binary if you don't want to be identified as if you're neither gender or you're something else.
A tree.
Apparently so. And this is what it says here. Creating pronouns. That's the name of it. It says, you can change pronouns from he to she or she to he. You can use new ones like Z or create your own like tree.
Okay.
I'm not kidding
Please
you.
continue.
This is no joke. Some people use they, which is a perfect way. There are many more pronouns waiting to be discovered and used.
And that's called science, right? Is that scientific?
This is... Well, I don't think so, but
they're saying trust the science.
Oh, absolutely.
So this is the new science.
Correct.
The new religion of science.
It is, yes.
Okay.
And they are using it to, I believe, brainwash very young kids that are impressionable, that are innately imaginative, and it's doing this behind parents' backs because parents, like you as an adult, think this is hilarious, right? But yet
comedy.
A child who doesn't know any better and who trusts their teacher's authority would just say, oh, okay, and accept it as truth. Yes, so we do have, here's one here. Let's see. It says... I'm sorry, I am a girl, I am a boy, I'm both, I'm neither, or I'm just me. And you'll see these kids here. This is like a 3-year-old, maybe a 4-year-old, 8-year-old. These are very small children. This page says, for some people, there are many more choices than just 2 for gender. These are just a few words people use. Trans, genderqueer, non-binary, gender fluid, transgender, gender neutral, agender, neutroi, bigender, third gender, two-spirit, and there are even more words people are using to describe their experience. This is called the gender spectrum.